16 years?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? With the Titans and
Titans, New York Jets, Tennessee Titans, and Seattle Seahawks.
local guy, Leesville, right down the road.
Walkscats, you know Walkscats? There we go. Y'all see one, see Cryer Sports, yeah, big boat.
So we turn it over to you for
All right, thanks, Coach.
so you on tight schedule.
I just want to thank you, Coach, and thank the coaching staff here at Northwestern for allowing me to be here. This is an awesome opportunity for me. The reason being, I grew up in Leesville. 45 minutes from here, I spent time on this campus. I was just sharing with Mr. Doug. My biggest hit in my high school career happened in the stadium. And we played here against Acton Central. I was on the kickoff team. I was the L1. I was a headhunter. You might not believe it, but I was 6'3". I weighed a $185. And I was just go find the ball. That was me. And I come running down at kickoff, and the wedge is coming right at me. And all of a sudden, the two guys in the wedge just split apart, and the running back's right there. Lift him up. And one of those good, you know, linemen know the pillback block? These are all linemen, right? The pillback block, you hit a bam, like that. That's the kind of hit it was. I got it on VHS. You guys don't know what that is. VHS. And it was so loud it echoed in the stadium. And that's one of my fondest memories about being here on this campus. But it started there at Leesville High School. I was fortunate and blessed enough to went on to LSU, and you guys will never know this, but LSU was a bad football team at one time. And I was on that team, and we were awful. Our best season was 5-6. We never went to a bowl game. We were 14 games in 5 years. But the thing was, I loved playing the game, and I loved what I did, and I did it because I had passion about it. And I was fortunate and blessed. God gave me favor that I was able to get drafted as a second-round player to the Seattle Seahawks. Played there for 4 years. Went to the New York Jets, became the highest paid center in the history of the NFL in 1998. Made $5 million signing bonus, $16.8 million for 5 years. It's a small change now. But it went on and got another deal 4 years later. Again, I doubled up, made $21 million that year, made a $9 million signing bonus. And then I got cut, got injured, went to Tennessee Titans, knocked out two more Pro Bowls my last 2 years there. And so 16 years, I went to 8 Pro Bowls, named 8-time All-Pro, different lists and things like that. But I never forgot where I came from. How many guys started as a quarterback in Little League? Raise your hand. Nobody? A skill guy. You guys run the ball? Nobody did. You don't choose to play offensive line, do you? It chooses you. It's a position that you're defensive line. You know, you get back, you get wide, you get big. Guess what? You're not going to catch a pass. You're not going to throw one. You're not going to run a 4.240, but you get to play the game. The beauty about being an offensive lineman and a defensive line is this. You do it because you love it, right? You do it because you love the game. You don't do it because you want to be in the headlines and all that, unless you're a defensive end and you make some sacks. But you do it because you love the game. You have a passion for it. Here's the thing. Everybody asks me about the NFL. What's the most exciting thing about the NFL? You want to know what the most exciting thing about the NFL is?
$21 million.
No. It comes with it. Let's say that. It comes with it. It definitely does. But how many guys start on the varsity team? Started last year, one game. The night you started on Friday night, when you stepped out of the locker room, right before you went across the field and through the chain link fence or the tunnel or whatever, how did that feel as a starter? Tell me. Somebody give me some adjectives. Amazing. Unforgettable. Right? That's what it was like for me for 241 times in the NFL. It wasn't about the money. It was about that 5 seconds I'm in the tunnel and the smoke's coming up, and it's like, and I'm sitting there jumping, everybody's playing that song in their head, you're singing whatever that song it is you're singing, whether it's Phil Collins or Jay-Z or whoever you listen to. For me, it was Freddie Hammond and Ralph Christ Jesus Choir. I'm going to dance like David danced. And I was just jacked up, and boom, Kevin White, wham! That's what it's like. That's what it's like for you on Friday nights, right? Right? It doesn't change, guys. It doesn't change. And like Tommy was talking about, you know, we all come from different walks of life, and you might be at a 5A school, or a 2A school, or a 4A school. You might be at an all-white school. You might be at an inner-city school. But you know what, as lineman, you're only as good as the guy that lines up next to you, right? If I'm playing center, I don't go to the Pro Bowl without my 2 guards. If I'm playing guard, I don't go to the Pro Bowl without my center and my tackle. And life is just like that. You don't climb the ladder without somebody pushing you up the ladder. You don't climb the ladder without somebody pulling you up. And that's what we do as teammates. The guy gets down, jumps off sides, makes a mistake or whatever. Hey man, we got this. We'll get him next time. How many times you sat in the huddle, man, you suck, I can't believe you're in my huddle. Have we ever said that? No, you know why? Because we're a team. Because we love what we do as an offense and defense line. We love it. I can't run a TT stunt unless the other guy gets penetration on the A gap, right? Defense lineman. Can't run a TE stunt unless the defensive end comes down and crashes the 5 techniques so I can get around and get around the edge, right? My job is solely dependent on the guy next to me. And this is how I do it. This is what I want to talk to you guys. I mean, I can talk to you about a power step, a kick slide, slide protection, base protection. If you want to know how to pick up the zone blitz, I can tell you how to do that. That's football stuff. Football stuff is easy. It's the life stuff that's hard. I have a 16-year-old son. Hardest thing I ever did was not block a 420-pound defensive lineman. It was a rated 16-year-old boy. Great kid. He could serve a cook. But he's not a football player. He's a swimmer. How many parents ever sat in a swim meet for 3 days in a row? And you're there for 8 hours and he swims a 50-second race. And that's all you can put, I love my son. But it's not about that. It's about how you go about doing what you do. And I want 3 things I got to talk to you guys about. One thing is purpose. The second thing is passion. The purpose, plan, and the passion. You play offensive line because you love the game. Why do you love the game? I don't know, but I love the guy next to me. I love what it brings to me. I play with a purpose. I do life with a purpose. Why am I standing here? Because I want to make a difference in your life. Because I want you to have a purpose and find your purpose. You might not ever step foot in a college football field other than this. Most of you will never play in the NFL. But you have a purpose in your life. It's up to you to find out that purpose is. God has a purpose for you. You just got to find it. The next thing I do is understand that's the why am I doing this. The next thing is how am I going to do it? You got to have a plan. What's next after this? When you graduate from high school, what are you going to do? Is it just about playing football? If you don't have the grades, you're not going to play football. And you might not get a scholarship. You're going to have a second plan like Tommy talked about. So what's next? What's the plan? My plan was to go to LSU, get a college education, which I got. Hopefully if I went to the NFL, it'd be great. If not, then I was going to go into coaching, become a GA, go to graduate school. But fortunately for me, the NFL worked out. So you know what I did? I graduated on time. Graduated from LSU. While I was in the NFL, I went back and got my master's degree. I hold a master's in sports administration. But I have a plan for my life. Have a purpose to do something with my life, a plan. And the last thing, and you guys see it now, is the passion, man. I love doing what I do. I love it. You know what I do now? Nothing. I do nothing. Because I can. Because I had a purpose. I fulfilled the plan that God had for my life. And God has given me an opportunity to sit at home, to raise a 16-year-old boy, to love with my 13-year-old daughter, to have lunch with my wife every day. Because I did it with a purpose and I had a plan to do it. And I fulfilled that plan. And now what I get to do, and the Hall of Fame thing is just something special. This is the icing on the cake for me. I get to go all over the country. I speak to FCA groups, I speak to men's church groups, to leadership groups, and challenge men to be the man that God's called you to be. That's what I get to do now. And I get to do, you know what? And the crazy thing is they pay me to do it. That's why I get paid to talk. And I get to talk tonight, and that's awesome. But I love talking to young men. Because you can be where I'm at today. Any one of you guys can be. My mom and dad told me you can be whatever it is you want to be as long as you work hard, you have a great work ethic, you treat people right, and you do things the right way. And I'm here to tell you guys the same exact thing. Whether you're from Bird High School, or Glen Oaks, or Evangel, or North Dakota, or whatever school you're from, whether you're from Leesville or you play for the mighty Wildcats. They are very mighty. Then you can do what I'm doing. And you can be where I'm at. And you might not get here, but you know what? You can make a difference like I can make. And so my encouragement to you is have a purpose, know what that purpose is, and this isn't the setting, but I promise you, if you get in the Word of God, He'll show you what that purpose is. Understand what your plan is for your life, because once you figure out your purpose, God's going to show you your plan, and then just go do it. Go do it. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do with all of your heart, you're doing for the Lord, not for man. You don't do it for yourself. You do it to give glory to God. But you do it to have fun. Love what you do what you love. I got to do it for 16 years. 241 times I sat in the tunnel and thought, woo, this is it. And bam, I got smacked people in the mouth for a living. I got paid to do it, and it was fun. How many times do you knock somebody out? Knock them on their butt. Or just jack them up. Knock the chin strap off. popped out their mouthpiece, and you loved every moment of it, right? Peel back on a guy, and you just hear the crowd go, ooh, this bite, you know? That's what I got to do. And my challenge is to you guys to find your purpose, understand the plan God has for you, and do it with passion. Do it with passion, guys. And along the way, you're going to be able to do great things in life. So good luck to you guys. Enjoy the camp. It's hot out there. I'm glad I don't do it anymore. I'm passionate about it, but I'm glad my days with the helmet and pads are over with. And Coach, thank you for the opportunity. And good luck to all you guys. Thanks a lot.